I'm back for another self-therapeutic audio recording. Trying to deep dive into my own brain and try to understand at least how the reason behind my self insecurities, my genuine fears, um, and the overall hurt that pretty much haunts me on a daily basis. So today's topic, um, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing, isn't it? But I guess the main reason for my hurt, um, although I feel like my soul has had a very consequential and very drastic nature change in the past months. I feel like um that hurt that I've lived through and the betrayals that I've had to cope with have been very um important in realizing that. But I feel like my nature changed. The fact that I've become very much more pessimistic isn't. It's not a. It's I wouldn't say it's a purposely. It's not something I've done on purpose, right? It's not a purposeful change. It's just something that happened because that's how. That's these are the consequences of all the hurt and all of the betrayals that I've had to deal with. But I feel like the negativity in my brain and in my soul um don't help me cope any better. And although I display myself outwardly to people as being someone who doesn't really care, which is partly true, I don't care about people anymore, but I feel like within myself there's always that hurt and that fear of being betrayed again and of being hurt again, which is pretty much why I hide my emotions with either being fake happy or just trying to lie to people because I don't wanna tell them the true story. Um, and so it's either that or the other, and I feel like I'm not being true to myself. And the fact that now my um I've set myself upon hurting people, especially girls trying to reach some conquests. I don't feel like I'm able to attach myself to any other person other than her, and she totally betrayed me and broke me, and I just can't get over that hill. I've been stuck, and I've been feeling very distraught for a very long time. And so I just don't know how to cope, and I these I'll say self therapeutic kind of audio recordings are just a way for me to try to solve and understand myself better as some sort of therapist, right? Or trying to assume the role of a therapist by speaking to myself. But I understand where I come from, and I understand the deep rooted struggles that I go through. But I feel like generally no one can reach out into the abyss and pull me through. I feel like even my friends or whomever it may be, they might understand where I'm coming from, but they don't have the reach and they don't have the length nor the strength to uh, to reach out to me and pull me out. I need to pull myself out. I need to climb that hill on my own, but I wasn't able to do that, and I feel like it's becoming even every day. It's becoming a more um, hopeless quest to resolve my personal issues, and I feel like the negativity has overbearing the positivity and the positive aspects of life. I feel like I know that God exists, and I know that He watches over me, that He has greater plans. But who's to say that I'm gonna be happy in this life? Who's to say he has plans for me to be happy in this life? I mean, you can look in Palestine, you can look in every place in the world. You'll always find people whom either they believe or not, and you'll see that the majority of people in the world actually are depressed and they're sad for the majority of their lives. Sometimes people don't even find happiness; they end up dying. God has greater plans for them, but not here, but for the future, for paradise or heaven. And some people are just depressed, and then they die, and they go to hell. So they'll never find happiness. So who's to say I'm not part of that clan? Who's to say I'm I'm gonna be happy and I haven't lived through my peak of happiness? Because that short period of time I was with her, I genuinely had everything going for me in a very, very perfect way. It was a perfect interval of time where everything just fit together. My life seemed to be on a roll, and you know, I was happy with everything. So who's to say that wasn't the peak of my life? Who's to say I'll ever be able to find happiness again? I'm not able to cope and to um pretty much reform any new attachments other than ones that I've already had before meeting her and before being hurt. Because even after I've been hurt even more. So I feel like I can't trust and I can't express myself outwardly to other people because I feel like the other pass judgment or they won't understand what I'm going through. So it's pretty hard. It's really, really hard. And I was just out here trying to make sense of all of that. I haven't been able to completely face my fears, and I've been running away every night and day, and so I feel like the negativity in my life and the pessimism is the only way for me to cope. And it's not something I'm proud of. It's not something I want to do, but I feel like being happy and positive and whatever isn't an option for me anymore. It's not something I'm able to do anymore. I've completely been destroyed, and I don't feel like I'm able to smile. Well, actually, yes, I smile, but I don't have the intent behind it. My soul has lost every gleam of hope and of light that was once present in it. I've become a very dark person. I may put on a front display because I'm very good at acting. But if I'm being honest with myself, I don't see the happiness lasting because I've been betrayed, and I don't wanna fall for that again.